This is the first time you saw, people play. What can you say about Filipino style of basketball?
I think it's beautiful. Right when I got off the plane, I couldn't believe how many people knew that I haven't played in a basketball game in such a long time. And people were like, "Oh, Chicago Bulls," So I could just. I had heard that it was a basketball culture. I didn't know to what extent. It's beautiful to see, a culture that really loves basketball.
Sid?
Hi, Joakim. Yeah, in the recent NBA draft, the 1 and 2 picks both came from France. It's first time in history that happened. Well, what's your reaction to that, and what do you think it says about the future of French basketball?
I think it's interesting, being able to travel the world now as an ambassador of the game. I'm going to all these different places around the world, and I lived in France for a while, so I understand kind of the grassroots system, and it's very unique in the sense that, the professional teams have youth teams as well. So I think that that's one of the reasons the kids are able to see the older generations every step of the way, and that's why I think France is having all this success in all the youth coming into the NBA.
What do you think are the chances of France basketball in the upcoming Olympics?
Well, we're hoping for the best. There's going to be a lot of talent playing. I'm also very excited I'm excited for France. I'm excited for my brother Luol Deng as well, who I played with, who's representing the youngest country in the world, South Sudan. So, he was building the first basketball courts in the country, and now they get to represent South Sudan in the Olympics. It's a very beautiful story, and, USA obviously is going to be very tough as well. So, a lot of talent in the upcoming Olympics.
Being the third generation athlete, how did you handle the pressure? And at the same time, what can you say about the draft recently that Ron James got into the NBA?
I am a third generation athlete, and it's a blessing and a curse in a lot of ways. A lot of people won't. I'm older now. I'm done with my career, but I could definitely resonate a lot. Being in your father's shadow is something that's very tough. I think it's one of the reasons why I played the way that I played. I wanted to be my own man, it's. I think it's very special that LeBron gets to play with his son. I think there's going to be a lot of challenges as well, so it's going to be a very interesting year.
How did you handle it?
How did I handle it for me? Well, I don't think it's for me to say.
No,
but
as a third generation athlete.
well, I think the blessing was that I was able to see what it takes to be a professional athlete every day. The sacrifice that it takes. Daddy not being home every day, but the work that it takes to be a pro. I think that's something that you can't take for granted compared to the kids who don't know. It's not just being a professional athlete is not just practicing a couple hours a day. It's what you eat for breakfast. It's going to bed early. It's taking away all the socializing and focusing on your dream. And you have to be a little bit selfish to do that. It's not easy, but for me, it was I was lucky to be able to see that. I think it definitely shaped me because it's also, I wanted to be my own man really bad.
Being the son to a former world number 2 tennis player, why basketball?
I think that I shied away from tennis right away. I didn't like the expectations. Those are not easy questions you guys are asking me right now, but I think that I'm older now. I'm retired. I'm at peace with, I shot every bullet in my gun. I've had 8 surgeries, but I think as a kid coming up, I just wanted to be my own man and to be able to play my own sport made sense for me.
You won back-to-back titles in Florida, UConn, also like won back-to-back titles this past couple seasons. Do you think that is how do you understand how difficult that process was, and do you think that your 04s can beat these back-to-back champions?
Absolutely. I mean, I absolutely think that we would win, but maybe I think that overall, yeah, I think that we would win. I think I'm biased for sure, but overall, those were the best times of my life. Being able to win championships with your brothers, there's nothing better. And then Al being able to win one as well, very special. So very happy that my college roommate was able to win a championship this year.
Thank you.
I remember you produced a documentary about Lenny Cook, and he's a well-loved player here in the PBA before. So, do you have any news about him lately?
He's in New York a lot. Lenny is a real legend to a lot of people. He's inspired a lot of people, especially in New York City. He was somebody that I knew since I was 12 years old, being able to play with him. And unfortunately, the city, there's a lot of distractions in New York City, and he wasn't able to play at the level that he did. But at the end of the day, I know that sometimes it's what not to do, yeah? And I think that Lenny was in a position where a lot was thrown at him very young, and sometimes that's tough.
Any update from him lately? Any update from him?
Yeah, I mean, I saw that he was at a street ball tournament yesterday. I saw that. He's in New York.
Joakim, I'm not sure if you remember him, but in the Basketball Without Borders camp in Indiana a few months ago, there was a Filipino kid. His name is Andy Gimao. He had the highest vertical leap from all the campers. By any chance, do you remember him, and what do you think about his future prospects going internationally?
To be honest, I was there a very short amount of time. I don't remember, but I know that if he's there, that means that he has the potential to play at the next level. And I think my advice is, there's a lot of guys. We were just talking about Lenny Cook, who played here in the Philippines. It's not about how good you are when you're 17, 18 years old. Look at LeBron James, he's 40 years old. He's doing the same drills that these kids are doing. It's the same. It's just being able to be mentally strong and have that resilience of being able to do it every day. And that's how you get better at this game. So no matter how good you are at 17, 18 years old, it doesn't matter. And you could be Kevin Durant. You still have to wake up in the morning and do the drills over and over again.
Any other questions? One more. The Chicago drafted